Today is a great day, my friends, because I have the honor of showcasing a brilliant piece of kinetic art from the one, the only Mr. Titanium, Magnus. He's been an idol of mine for years because he has such a passion for impeccable quality, both in the products he makes and the service he provides. His origin story with his first socket set really resonated with me, and it reminded me of my own titanium origin story. Bear with me here. Over 20 years ago, my grandfather was a groundskeeper at Yogi Bear Campground, and one day while he was mowing, he ran over this titanium watch, and he was shocked at how it survived without taking any real damage. He gave it to me when he got home, and since I had never held anything made of titanium or even really seen titanium, I was mesmerized at how metal could be so light, yet so strong. From that day forward, anything I was interested in buying that had titanium as an option, I had to have it, and I, increased my budget accordingly. Fast forward to today, I present to you the Toad Slider from Magnus, and you guessed it, titanium. Let's take a moment to bask in the glory of this beautiful piece. Would you just look at it? In case you don't know what a slider is, they are the current trending EDC fidget that consists of two plates with a series of magnets in them that allows you to slide the plates back and forth to overcome a magnetic pairing with a satisfying thud as the next set of magnets attract each other. The name Toad is perfect because, well, it looks like a toad. It's got nearly 200 bumps on its back. These corner flats here look like menacing eyes, and this gap between the plates looks like its mouth. If it had legs, it would look like some weaponized mechanical toad sent by the government. Kidding, of course, but if you are listening, Big Brother, please do not send an army of metal toads to murder me in my sleep, unless they are titanium. Grade 5 or go home, boys. That bumpy back is convex lengthwise and concave through the width. And the result is this finger-hugging tactile dreamboat that is just amazing to rub. Those bumps are actually tiny machined pyramids, and they do more than just feel good. They actually provide your finger and thumb with some resistance for easy sliding. Similarly, the concave sides of the toad have this smooth worrystone feel when you rub them this way, but they have slight machined lines that you can feel that provide resistance when you want to push from the side. It's very nice. All the edges are silky and smooth, and it's quite comfortable to hold in the hand. Separating the halves, you can see the press-fit brass plates that contain 6 magnets in each half, 3 by 2, which means you don't need to worry about magnets coming loose and falling out or getting damaged by the sliding action. Those plates each have 127 dimples. Yep, I counted them. And that helps really reduce the amount of metal that rubs against the other plate. Less rubbing means less friction, which means a much smoother slide. In fact, when the toad is in the home position, as I like to call it, I can hold it up to the light and I can see clearly through the center lengthwise. The only point of contact that blocks the light are along the edges of this brass plate. And sure enough, when you look at the plates, you can see the difference in patina. Maybe not in this lighting, but it's much more shiny along the edges and more patinaed down the whole center. And breaking news, I stopped the video to check with some people about the brass plates and that gap, and Magnus confirmed that actually this toad is from the very first run before he perfected his press fit method. So while this gap on my toad was not intended, and it's probably no longer on the current toad production, I've got to think a gap like that could benefit by further reducing that plate contact and improve that sliding feeling, which this is magical. Who knows? Maybe the current toads slide and feel the exact same way. I don't know. And folks, many of you probably know this, but the toad is an absolute joy to fidget with. Like crazy good. It's so good. It's the first thing I grab in the morning and the last thing I put down at night. I'm surprised I haven't worn the brass plates down to the magnets because I can't put this thing down without going through some kind of withdrawal. This beautiful creature has sucked me in way more than any of the hundreds of spinners I've had, and that says a lot. My go-to move is the up, up, pivot, right. Up, up, pivot, right. I could do this all night. Then you have what I believe they call laddering, where you put it in the top position, get it to swing down, then get it to swing down again, turn, pivot, pivot, turn, pivot, pivot, turn. Keep in mind that laddering creates a brief moment where only one set of the magnets are attracting, which can cause a plate to separate and go flying if you're not careful. So unless you want to wabi-sabi your toad up, make sure to practice over something softer than concrete. Next up, I do the side hustle, which is a push-pull or a push-squeeze, push-squeeze. Another classic move is the beatbox. A fun game we play in my house is how many titanium beats can I lay down before my wife goes berserk? The current record is 8. There's plenty of different moves you can do, and the nice thing is you can control the sound the toad makes depending on the pressure you apply. Nearly silently, or clickety-clackety. Gotta stop a minute and just look at it again. Oh, mama. Magnus, buddy, I know you've always put 110% into everything you do, so I knew you'd have a solid impact in the slider game. I just wasn't expecting for you to take the scene by storm with such a force, man. Mad respect to you, brother, and the toad is a masterpiece. Thank you for creating it. If you want to know more about Magnus and his cool stuff, including other slider designs, I highly recommend joining his Facebook group, Magnus EDC, and of course my group, The Daily Fidget. I'll leave those links in the description below, along with the link to the Magnus storefront, where you can see what's in stock or learn about the master himself and the journey he's been on. He's a really great guy. He's active in his Facebook group, so you want to get to know him. That's a really cool thing to have that connection with a maker. Pro tip, if you see something in stock on his website, I would move quick because it probably won't be in stock for long. Later.